Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Storytime Saturday. I know it's been some time since I've done one of these, but I had one of you guys ask me if there's going to be any more story times. Actually, I've had a few of you ask, and I did have an incident happen. I told you guys about it on Minx Monday 100, and you guys said that you wanted to hear about it. And the funny thing is that I'm thinking to myself, why would I want anyone else to know besides the people that were involved, right? But then I think, what the hell? It is what it is. This story has to do with a public restroom. This story has to do with beyond being mortified and really just altogether Murphy's Law. So let's get started. So a few weeks ago, Robert and I headed to the mall to pick something up for my mom that our local mall didn't have. And we decided to go on a Saturday, which was a huge mistake because we all know that going to the mall on the weekends, it's crowded, you're elbow to elbow with everyone else. And I just figured, it'll be a quick grab and go, not a big deal. And then we can head out and we can continue with our weekend plans. So as we were heading out, I had to use the restroom. And this mall has 3 stories, and the restrooms are up by the food court, in the corner. It's almost like you have to go through this labyrinth of elevators and escalators in order to get through the bathroom, plus battling the crowd. So I didn't want to have to deal with all that. How lazy, right? But they do also have a restroom on the first floor. And that first floor, that restroom it's only one. And I like it because there's no line because not too many people know about it. So I figured we're close by where we parked. I can just do what I got to do and then we can head out. So there's also like this little coffee cart or whatever. So I asked Robert if he could just wait for me there and then I'll be right back. So I head to the restroom and I see that there's a lady waiting and I'm like, okay, it's just one person, not a big deal. And she ends up going in there really quick. And while I'm waiting for her to come out, there's actually 2 other people that kind of wait with me in line. So I'm like, okay, maybe more people know about it than I thought. Or maybe maybe they're local people, who knows? So then she comes out really quickly and then I go in. So I go inside and the fan sounds like it's loud already, but it almost sounds like it's busted. It sounds like there's something wrong, and which is I guess it's a good thing to have a loud fan regardless, because if you're going number 2, obviously you don't want people hearing your business since it's a single bathroom anyways. So I just thought, okay, it is what it is. I go in there, I set my purse on the hook, and then I go piddles. Yes, I call it piddles. Leave me alone. So I finished, I'm quick in and out type of thing, and I finished what I got to do, and then the little contraption or the little piece that's there for holding the bath tissue is one of those ones that has the partition that you can move over if this roll is empty, then you can get to this roll type of thing. So I'm looking at both rolls, and the first one looks like it's it's almost gone, and I'm like, okay, it is what it is. So I go to pull on it, and I don't know what it is. I feel like this happens more so than it should, but I'm pulling on it and I just keep getting little squares of 1-ply tissue paper. No one needs a bunch of little squares to do what they got to do, right? So I'm just like, it's like falling apart. So I get to the end of the roll and I'm like, okay, I'm out. I don't have anything and I have a bunch of little squares all over the place. So I figure, I can just get to the fresh roll by moving the little plastic thing over and we're home free. Okay, so this is where it sets in. Sorry, I keep messing with my hair. It's just getting in my way. Okay, so I stick my hand in underneath and I'm figuring, okay, I could just move it over, or it's not moving over. The little partition isn't sliding over, so I figure I could just stick my hand in underneath and I can pull the bath tissue right through there, right? So I grab the little lip that it has on a fresh roll, and when I stick my hand in, I realize that my watch ends up getting stuck. And we all know that I tend to wear big, ginormous watches. I don't have the biggest wrists in the world, but I really do like big watches. I like the way that they look. So anyways, I digress. I stick my hand in underneath, and as I go to pull out the bath tissue, my watch gets stuck. And I'm like, okay, this sucks. So I go to pull on it a little bit harder, and it's not budging. And I'm like, okay, let's try this again. So I go to pull on it again and again, and it's not budging. And I don't know about you guys, but whenever I try on jewelry, if I try on rings, and sometimes it'll slip on so nicely, and then you go to pull it off, and it's like it won't come out, and you have like a little mini freak out. You start hyperventilating. I do that. I start freaking out. So I have a like little mini freak out and it's not working. So I'm like pulling and tugging on it. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, this is not working. So I'm pushing and pushing. I'm like, okay, calm down, you know, just like they say that you should calm down when you're trying to take off the ring. Maybe I need to calm down and maybe it'll come out. So I go to pull on it again and again, and I'm trying to be gentle, but I'm getting so impatient that I just end up pulling even harder. And I figure, okay, I have one of those types of watches that you have the little clasp in here. It's closer to me. And if I could just stick this hand underneath, then I can release it, right? No big deal. So I go to do that. And I think it's because the watch is so far up on the, on the plastic part that I just cannot free it, right? So I go to pull it and I go to try to see if I can snap the little things off, and I can't. I'm like, oh my goodness. So now I'm like, I'm beyond like not freaking out. I'm not freaking out yet, but I have like those little episodes like, okay, it'll be good. It'll be great. You know, I'm trying to convince myself that it's not a big deal. By this time, I have no idea how much time has passed. It seems like 100 million years have gone by. And I'm just thinking, oh my goodness, what are they thinking out there? Because there's 2 people waiting. Who knows if more people showed up, right? And I know that I start thinking what they're thinking, because if I was on the other side of that door, I would be thinking, this person's going number 2. Oh my God, it's going to be bad. Should I go somewhere else? Blah, 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 blah. And it's my own fault for assuming that they're thinking that, but let's be honest. How can we not think that, right? So I feel like it's been too long and this still isn't budging. So I try to calm down once again, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to pull real quick. Maybe I just need a new angle, right? And I'm pulling, I'm telling you guys, I'm pulling as hard as I can. I feel like I'm violently pulling at it, that it's not working. So I can just imagine also hearing just a bunch of banging or a bunch of noise while I'm on the if I was on the outside listening in, right? That's not bad. That sounds kind of bad. So anyways, I'm pulling and nothing is happening. So now it literally must have been maybe 15 minutes that I've been in there, you know, and I was quick. I was quick, ready to go out within a minute. And now it's been 14 minutes that I've been trying to deal. It seems like, anyways, I don't know, because my watch is stuck. So it's not like I'm timing myself, and my purse is over here. So it's not like I can do anything. And I've been in there long enough to know that, okay, this is taking way too long, right? By now my legs are completely numb, because let's be honest, after that long and sitting in that position, your legs are going to go numb. So my toes are numb, everything. And I'm like, okay, what can I do? What can I possibly do? You know, and I try to like calm down. I try to center myself and think, okay, breathe. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I can figure something out. But while I'm breathing, while I'm trying to center myself and calm myself, I hear a knock. And I can't really hear out what they're saying because the fan is so freaking loud. And all I hear is like, meh. So I'm assuming it's like ma'am and a bunch of other words. It sounds like this. So it's so muffled that I'm trying my hardest to make it out. So all I can do is say, I'm fine. I'll be out in just a second, you know? And at this point, I'm like, I am a woman determined to get my hand out of this freaking contraption. And I just thought, you know what? I don't even care if I rip this thing right off the wall. It is what it is. It's going to have to come out. So I go to push on it and I go to pull on it, and I don't know what the hell they did. I don't know if it's glued on there. I don't know what's going on, but I cannot get out my watch or my wrist to save my life. So now I'm beyond freaking out. Now I am like irritated. I'm frustrated because it's like, it's not happening. It's not working. So, by this point, another few minutes have passed by, and then I hear another knock, but I hear Robert. I hear his voice, and I'm like, babe, I'm okay, but, you know, and I'm just trying to talk, but I figure if they sound muffled to me, I'm sure I sound muffled to them, you know, and I'm not very soft-spoken. I have a very loud voice, so I'm trying to see if my voice will carry over that busted fan, and I don't know if he can hear me because I can just hear him say, babe, and again, just the muffled noises that are coming from the door. So I'm like, oh my God, you know, it's not like I can get out, you know, leave my hand there and then grab my phone that's in my purse and let him know what's going on. So I just think, okay, get your wrist out, get your wrist out. That's all I have in my mind, you know, and I'm so focused on getting my wrist out that I'm not really looking at the big picture. I'm not looking at the fact that I am sitting on the toilet with my clothing around my ankles and my wrist is like all the way like up to here in this contraption for bath tissue. So then I hear another knock and I hear some rant, like I hear a voice that wasn't the first person, which it sounded like a lady. The second one was Robert. And the third one, it sounded like some other random guy. I have no idea. Right. So then I hear like jingling, and I'm just thinking, oh my God. They're going to come in here. They're keys. They are keys, right? So I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what am I going to do? You know, my clothing is around my ankles. My legs are numb. My toes are numb. This is just not good. This is not good for anybody. So I hear another knock and I hear the keys and I'm just like, oh my God. And I hear like, ma'am, and I just hear that because I can make that out. Now I'm like focusing on their words to see if I can make out what they're saying. So I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is not working. I hear the keys in the lock and then I hear the door open. I am beyond freaking out at this time. And thank God my wonderful husband, I can hear him say, oh, I'll go in there. I'm her husband. I hear that because now the door is open enough that I can hear what they're saying. So Robert comes in and he looks at me and his jaw drops and he's like, what the hell? I'm like, and I lose it. I think it's all those emotions, you know, the mini freak out, the I'll be okay, the whatever. It came out and I started crying. I'm all, my hand is stuck because my watch is too big. And I just hear, again, you know, like I told you guys in the last story time, I get this whiny, high-pitched, you know, like, I don't know, this voice, and it just sounds annoying. I know it does. You know, if I was on the receiving end of that, I'd be like, oh, shut up already. You know, but I start crying and I'm like, my hand is stuck. I don't know what to do. My purse is over there. I couldn't call you, blah, blah, blah. You know, so he's like, it's okay, baby doll. And I know he wants to laugh. Poor thing. I know he wants to laugh at me, but he holds it in. And he's like, here, let me get you because you know, the paper towels when you wash your hands. He's like, let me give you these so you can do what you got to do, right? So I did what I had to do with the paper towels that he gave me. And I had already flushed the toilet before he even came in. But because I was in this crouching position, I couldn't put my clothes on. I couldn't stand up. I was like, I don't know. I was like almost in like a fetal type position that was very uncomfortable and impossible to be able to put the clothing on myself. So Robert helped me put on my clothes. What a sweetheart. And I hear him open the door because he closed the door. He opened the door and he told the maintenance guy that my hand was stuck on the little contraption for the bath tissue. So Robert said that the maintenance guy said that they're going to have to get tools to free my hand. And I'm like, oh my God, this is whole production going on. And, you know, and Robert's like, I didn't know what happened to you. You know, it was like 20 minutes and you still hadn't gotten out. I thought something happened or maybe you got sick, you know, and the lady, when I went to the door, she was saying, I think something's wrong. I keep hearing a bunch of banging. He's also, I didn't know what was going on. And I said, no, just my hand is stuck, you know. And so anyways, so the maintenance guy, he ends up having the maintenance guy come in. So he said, I have to go get power tools. Give me a second. I'm like, oh my God, this is the worst. This is the worst. So he comes back 5 minutes later. I'm telling you guys, I have been in the bathroom for like 40 minutes now. And you know, the guy comes back, he gets a power tool, and he ends up having to unscrew the screws that they had because it's screwed into the wall. that's clearly why I couldn't get my hand out, or why I couldn't pull it off the wall. So he ends up screwing it off, and when he screws that off, my hand is still on the plastic face of the contraption. So then Robert's able to just not snip off, but push on the watch that I have and just free the watch, and then my hand comes out of the plastic partition. So I'm just like, I'm so relieved, you know. I feel like this has taken way too long. I feel like I don't even know, like, who does this happen to? This doesn't happen to everyone, right? I've never heard of something like this happening. So, you know, I'm like, oh my goodness, thank you so much. I know he wants to laugh. I can tell. Right? So, my hand is free. I'm like, okay, let's just get out of here. I told Robert, I'm trying to beeline it for the car. I'm like, I don't even care. So I come out, and my husband comes out, the maintenance guy comes out, and there's the mall manager, there's security guards, there's a bunch of people crowded around. I'm like, oh my God. And there's like this little hallway, and the mall manager, I don't even remember his name. I know that's him because Robert told me afterwards. He said, ma'am, you know, you have to fill out an incident report. He's like, we almost called 911. We almost called the ambulance. We didn't know what was going on. I'm all, thank God you didn't. I'm fine. You know, and I'm like, I'm walking. He's all, miss, you know, I need to talk to you. And I'm like, I'm fine. And I'm just like, I don't even care. I start I feel like I'm running towards the door, and then I go outside and I go into the car. 5 minutes later, Robert comes after me. Poor Robert. I left him behind. I'm like, I don't even care, right? I just want to get out of here because I can feel everyone staring at me. And you know what the worst part is that when I came out of the bathroom, the lady that was waiting for me, there's a few other ladies there, obviously, plus there's a whole other crowd after the little hallway, and there's a lady that has her son like up against her legs, like while they're standing, and as I'm coming out, she kind of pulls him closer, like I'm the creature of the freaking Black Lagoon. Really, lady? And I just have to say, it's not the fact that she pushed her son up against her body, it's the way that she did it, because when I came out, she kind of just like gasped, like, and then just gave me this look like like I did something wrong, you know what I mean? So that's why I was thinking, dude, I'm not the creature of the Black Lagoon. And I also have to say, yes, I did wash my hands before I left the bathroom, or the restroom, because I'm sure some of you are probably thinking, what a dirtbag. No, I did. Robert catches up to me 5 minutes later and he tells me that's the mall manager, that I need to fill out an incident report. And I just looked at Robert, you know, and I just have tears in my eyes. And I'm like, I don't want to go back there. I'm beyond mortified. I don't want to go back there. There's a crowd of people. I don't want to do it. You know, it's causing me anxiety just thinking about it. And he said, I figured that you didn't want to go back there. And I told him that no worries, you know, we don't have to fill an incident report. It is what it is. And then he gave me his card. That way, if he wanted to discuss it further on the phone, you know, I could have. And I just said, I didn't want to, but thank you so much for dealing with it, because I couldn't do it. You know, I just couldn't. It was just so embarrassing. And I looked down, and now I don't have my watch on my wrist, but my watch, I can see that there's like skin on there, but it was so bad, you know. And once we're in the car, Robert just looks at me, he's all, baby doll, what's wrong? What's wrong? Why does this happen? I'm all, I don't know. Am I gonna ever head back there? Never, ever again. You know, I even told Robert that. I said, I don't care if we have to go somewhere else. I'm never going to that mall ever again. He said, I don't blame you. It was so bad. It's so bizarre that something like that would happen, you know? And Robert never laughed. At least I never heard him laugh. And if he did it when he was by himself, which really, really helped me out, because he knew how embarrassed I was and whatnot. But it was so bad. It was so bad, you know. And it might not sound bad as I'm telling you guys the story, but just think about it happening to you and how it would be, because there's the one bathroom and it's total Murphy's Law, you know. And I purposely wore a smaller watch for this video because I'm kind of trying to just thinking about it brings back all those memories of that blissful day that I spent in the restroom at that at that shopping mall. And some of you might be thinking, okay, it's not that big of a deal. I've had this and this happen. I understand that, but it's more so, it's the fact that it was just this little molehill that turned into this ginormous mountain, you know? And I walk out of the bathroom and it seems like there's throngs of people, throngs of looky-loos wanting to see what happened, what's going on, what's this, what's that. Like everyone's all up in your business, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's almost like an accident on the side of the road. Everyone, I'm not one of those people, but sometimes people slam on their brakes to see what's going on, you know? And it was mortifying. And to think that it was something small and it just turned into this huge thing, you know, that made it, like I said before, like this giant production of what was going on, you know, and here the injured party is me and not my ego, but it sucks. I think anyone would be like, dude, really? Really, this is happening, you know, but it is what it is. And I just thought I'd come on here and share my story with you guys. It's not the most pleasant. Like I said, I wasn't going to talk about, you know, any type of bodily fluids, but it was, it was a whole lot of, not shame. It feels like, I don't know. It feels like I'm dirty, you know, but it was, yeah. It was not pleasant. It was not fun spending the day or that hour, however long it was in the restroom. I think it ended up being like an hour and 15 minutes total with everything from start to finish. And yeah. So after that, needless to say, the day was shot. You know, I asked Robert if we could go home because I didn't feel like hanging out, going out and seeing people. I just wanted to just curl up in a ball and never come out. But anyways, that does it for Storytime Saturday. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys, well, I really don't wish you're laughing at my pain, but if you found it funny, then at least I'm glad I made you laugh on this Saturday. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys all on Monday with another Minx Monday Q&A. And as always, make it a fabulous day or not, the choice is yours. Have a great day, you guys.